Hey everyone, I'm Jaden,
And I'm Haley.
and this is the Super Gamer Bros podcast. We're just a couple of brothers who love playing games and love talking about games, so that's what we do. And welcome everybody to this month's edition of Super Gamer News. That's right, we're still doing it despite the thousands of people that beg us to stop. We're still talking about news. Eagle-eared listeners might also have noticed that once again Cam is still going through some stuff, still busy. He assures me he will be back next episode, so tune in 2 weeks from now to see if he's a liar. But this episode again, Cam is not available. That's very sad. So as a replacement, we've got once again Haley.
You're stuck with me.
That uh,
Sorry.
so no, it's fine. So, to let Haley know how the news episode works, because I know she does not listen to my podcast, we are going to talk about some of the biggest or our favorite gaming news to occur over the last month. Today, I'm going to get us started with Nintendo has officially shut down the servers, the online servers for the Nintendo 3DS and Wii U as of April 8th, which is the day this episode comes out. The shutdown includes online features such as cooperative play, internet rankings, and data distribution. The only exceptions to this termination of online services, for the time being at least, are Pokemon Bank and Poke Transporter, which allows you to store and move Pokemon between different generations of games. This marks an end of an era for Nintendo, as the DS/3DS lineup has been going strong for well over a decade. And it's the end of the Wii line of consoles as well. The Wii, the Wii U, it's over. Nintendo going all in on Switch from here on out, because as far as I'm aware, they also don't have any plans to do another mobile only like handheld game console.
They don't.
No, the Switch is, I guess technically the Switch Lite is a handheld
Oh,
game because it doesn't connect to the TV, but it's still the Switch. It's still technically the same console. And the Switch
yeah.
itself, it is portable. You could take it on the go.
Yeah. I guess
But
that
yeah,
makes sense.
so that's it. That's all they're doing now.
Hmm.
Anyway, so Nintendo does state that the consoles can still be played offline, the games obviously, and any previously purchased games and apps can be re-downloaded. Although I don't know how that works. That was some listeners might remember when Sony said they were going to shut off the PlayStation and PlayStation 3, PlayStation Vita stores, and that was a big concern a lot of people had then. But they made that same claim, and despite the fact that Sony did kind of cancel those cancellations, those shutdown, it still really makes me wonder how that works. Anyway, that's the end of an era, man. It's
Yeah.
crazy to think. For such a long time, Nintendo was the handheld console king ever since the Game Boy, and I would say no one's even come close, like at all, to scratching uh, Nintendo when it comes to handheld gaming. I guess if you count phones and stuff, but I'm saying
Mm.
if we're talking gaming dedicated consoles, Nintendo was the king of handheld. And again, with the Switch being partially handheld, I guess technically it still is, but to me it's different. It's not the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is. I mean, wow. It's too late now when you're listening to this, I
Yeah,
guess, to do it,
yeah.
to
Yeah,
get on.
I hope you had your last huzzah, because we are not giving you ample notice to go do so.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the Pokemon Bank, Poke Transporter, I guess I did use those actually a bit on my 3DS. I mean, I don't know. I
I'm,
don't really care.
I never really, I mean, I had a Game Boy Color. That's as far as I went.
Oh, Pokemon was on the Game Boy Color.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, that's the last time I had like a
Oh man,
handheld.
you're really dating yourself with that one.
Well, I
The
mean,
color.
but everybody had, I mean, it was right before the Game Boy Advance. Um,
Mm.
it was a big deal. it was definitely a big deal. I still
Yeah.
have mine.
You do?
Yeah.
Is it at your mom's house?
No, I think I have it upstairs in a like
What?
box.
You have a Game Boy here with games that I never knew about?
I mean, I think they're here. I guess it's possible it's at my mom's house, but I don't know.
You gotta see what you got. I am very curious about that.
I mean, I don't know how it would be to play any of that, but I
It would
don't
be
I
awesome is what it would be.
I don't remember what all I have. I don't have like Pokemon games.
No, but I
So,
mean, Pokemon isn't the only thing I like on the Game Boy. There'd be other stuff that'd be cool to play.
yeah. I
Yeah,
had
actually, yeah, I did. Oh, just to go on.
I was gonna say I had 101 Dalmatians.
Oh, dude, that sounds awesome. I wonder what that's
Yeah.
like.
It
Um,
was hard.
oh, I bet. It's actually funny talking about Game Boys because I did actually just a week ago buy on eBay a Game Boy Advance game that I am gonna play.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
had the purple one, the solid
Oh,
purple.
nice. Oh, solid purple. Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Growing up, we had two Game Boy colors. We had a yellow and then like that kind of purple see-through one,
Yeah, I wish I would have got that one,
the like see-through
but
one.
yeah, I think it's cooler after the fact, but yeah,
I gotcha.
I wanted the purple and I asked for the solid purple and then afterwards I had a little bit of regret and somebody stole my Game Boy from me at school, but I ended up getting it back thankfully, but that was a very bad
Oh,
day.
wow, that's insane. Someone stole it?
Yeah,
How have
she
how have
stole
I never heard this story before?
I don't know, but like it was so bad. Like this girl that it was in fourth grade and she always like lied about stuff all the time. So like I knew it was her because she had seen me put it in my backpack before the end of the day.
Oh,
And also I ended up sitting beside her on the bus that day and I can't believe that like she had it that whole time and I was so upset. But like obviously she didn't admit it, but she came back like the next day and claimed that she found it
wow,
just
that's crazy.
wherever, like super sketchy. And I had just gotten it for Christmas and it was all the rage, at that time. And yeah, I was like crying about it. And she just sat there knowing that she had my Game
Wow,
Boy.
that is insane.
Yeah, she, yeah, I mean, like I knew her all through high school and everything. She was always that way, but
Oh,
you
wow.
know,
Anyway, so
crazy.
yeah, that's Nintendo. The server's shutting down. Anyway, Haley, what's your first news story?
Mine is that video games are now an officially sanctioned sport in Utah. Wow. The Utah High School Athletics Association sanctioned the sport for high schools beginning in the 2025-2026 school year, running from January to April. The board did not say which games would be available as part of this high school program yet. I don't know why I'm surprised that that's Utah.
That's actually what do, what do you know about Utah? I don't know anything about Utah. Is that where
They
that's
have
not
like,
is that the Mormon state?
yeah, Mormon, which is
Like
like,
where BYU is?
I think so. I mean, I just know they have like really strict like liquor laws and I don't know.
Is that the
People,
one where like they put like they don't have Starbucks or something, so they put like flavored syrups like that in soda or something?
oh, I don't know about, I don't know all that stuff, but it just
My
seems
food
like
podcast talked
it just seems like there's not a lot happening there that people that live there always talk about there's like nothing to do or whatever. Maybe that's why they're doing this. I don't know.
it is BYU is in Utah, I mean.
I don't know. It's just
Uh
like why Utah of all places?
yeah, I was right. Utah.
BYU.
No, well, yes, BYU, but also so Utah in the mid 2000s start shop slinging dirty sodas started popping up all over Utah. Dirty sodas are, I guess, similar to Italian sodas, are fountain sodas, so like Coke, Mountain Dew, Pepsi, whatever, spiked with cream, flavored syrups, and other add-ins. So
Yeah.
like when you go to Starbucks, like all the flavor syrups that they pump into the flavored drinks. Like they put
Yeah.
those in sodas in Utah.
Oh
Weird
my
place, man.
gosh. Because they don't have Starbucks.
I don't know. It's something I forget why. I remember I was listening to a podcast where someone was talking about it. I forget exactly why that started popping up.
That is
But
weird.
yeah. Anyway, Utah. Yeah, I think that's cool. I don't know if Utah is the first state to do this. I would have to assume they're not. Well, I do think that's cool.
Yeah.
Competitive gaming has never been my thing, but I do play cooperative games competitively, right? Right, babe?
Yeah. A little too competitively.
All right. I was kind of hoping you
But
would disagree with me there, but that's fine.
no.
No, no.
You
Uh,
should be on one of these competitive
yeah.
teams. If they're teams, I don't know if you play
No,
by
there are teams.
yourself
Yeah.
or
Well, it depends on the game. Some you do play by yourself, but some are teams. Like League of Legends is a very big competitive game. That's probably going to be one of the games. And you play on teams, like teams of five, I think.
I mean, that's cool for Utah.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never been into competitive games, but I think that's cool. I think if you could actually start bringing in money for schools, I think that's cool. Because sports are big money makers for schools and stuff. And just giving those gamer kids a way to get social and show off their gaming prowess. I think that's cool.
Yeah.
Move over, jocks. The nerds are taking over.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think that's cool. Anyway, we'll move on to my second story.
Yeah.
Multiverses is back, baby. So the Warner Bros. Answer to Super Smash Brothers had a beta release last year, and not much was said after the beta went offline in June. It was up for a while. I know Noah played it a bit. I'm pretty sure. Some of the guys I work with were playing it a lot, and I heard it was okay. Yeah,
Mm.
but the beta went offline, and yeah, almost a year later, the game now is going to be officially released on May 28th.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
That's I would be interested in that.
yeah. You actually play and like Smash Brothers.
Yeah, I love it,
Yeah,
actually.
I love it. I didn't realize it was that strong.
I mean, I thought you knew how much I like Melee.
I mean, I know that you own
That's
it,
my
and
favorite.
I didn't know it was like an all time favorite or something.
I mean, it's definitely up in the top.
Yeah, I did. I didn't realize it was that. I thought you just liked it. Yeah,
I
I thought you
mean,
liked it. I didn't
like
realize you liked it that much.
I've played so many hours just
Yeah, I didn't know
perfecting my
that.
skills.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, I
Yeah,
legitimately didn't know that. That's cool.
yeah. So that would be pretty good
I mean,
to
yeah,
try
I'll,
that.
I'll do the multiverses. We can play it, but so it's Warner Bros. So it has, so it has DC characters like Superman and Batman. It
Mm.
has, I feel like the Iron Giant. Don't quote me
Oh,
on that one. Shaggy from Scooby Doo.
oh, this will be awesome.
Arya Stark from Game of Thrones. Wonder Woman. I'll when we're done recording this episode, remind me, and or actually, yeah, I'll show you the trailer for it at some point because the announcement trailer for it, was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I heard it was okay. I mean, I heard it was good. I didn't hear a lot of bad about it. Yeah, cool. Yeah, so that releases May 28th, and that's cool. I do actually like any sort of crossover things. Like I love when you have different properties like that crossover.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's cool. Anyway, Haley, what is your next news story?
Aspire Media has officially apologized for the state of the Battlefront Remastered Collection upon release. Declared by many players as one of the worst launches of all time, the collection's buggy, server-lacking release is not a good look for Aspire, especially after the overwhelmingly positive reception to their Tomb Raider Remastered trilogy that launched only a month after Battlefront. The
A
company
month
released
before.
what?
A month before Battlefront.
Oh, did I say after?
Yes.
Oh, a month before Battlefront. The company released a brief statement thanking players for support and promising to address the issues. Okay. Wow. That's what do you know about that?
What do I know? So, Aspire Media released the Star Wars Battlefront collection,
Oh,
contained Battlefront and Battlefront 2.
wait, Battlefront 2 is another in my top games.
Star Wars Battlefront 2?
Yeah. Yeah.
You played Star Wars Battlefront 2?
Yeah, I love it. Like, I was reading that and I'm like, are they talking about the Star Wars game?
Yeah, it's that one. That one was, they released the first two, like
But
remastered on PS4.
because yeah,
PS5.
those came out a long time ago.
Correct.
And I played the first one, but like the second one was way better. And
I actually never played the first one.
I yeah, I used to play with my neighbor and stuff and my
Oh.
brothers, and like we got so into it and everything, and I
Dude,
had a lot of hours.
I'm learning so much about you this episode. I had no idea you've ever played
They're
Battlefront.
they're gonna think that we don't even like know each other.
This is really awkward. I can't believe this has never come up. Yeah, so
Well, I don't really talk about that many game things because I usually played older games.
yeah. We should definitely buy that and play that together because it is still split screen.
Yeah. So they remastered it and it was bad.
Yes, but I will say most of the issues people had to deal with multiplayer, specifically online multiplayer, like a lot of the bugs, glitches, and things. And I did actually, when I saw it come out, and a lot of people that were very angry about how bad it was. For example, to let you know, the game has online 64 player multiplayer matches.
Oh,
One server fits 64 players. That's how it works.
yeah.
The game released with 3 servers.
Okay.
So that is, 100 and what is that? 192 people could play the game online.
Yeah.
10,000 people were trying to play that game online first day.
Wow.
Yeah, not happy about it. Yeah, but I did actually read some reviews, and from what I read, at least about like the single player campaign and the like split screen stuff, the local play, they say it is basically, as they say, it's more even just a re-release than a remaster. Like none of the traditional like bugs, whatever, have been fixed, and nothing has really been added to it. It's
Mhm.
basically just the same games re-released, but those are really good games re-released.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, we should play that. I didn't
Yeah.
know that was a game for you. I never played the first one, so I'd like to play the story of that one. And the story about like the actual story mode of Battlefront 2 is awesome, and all the random matches you can do and the hunts, and yeah, we should do that.
Yeah. We can do
Cool.
that.
Anyway, sorry, what am I looking for here? Oh, yeah, so yeah, that was bad. It was not released in a great state. Again, especially kind of sad considering the Tomb Raider remastered trilogy they released a month before was, one, much more of a remastered graphics, better looking, all that stuff, and two, worked way better and just seemed to have a lot more love put into it than the Battlefront remaster. So Aspire released an apology and vaguely promised to fix issues at some point in the future. The game has already had at least one, maybe 2 patches come out, which I think has improved things a bit. But, it's just disappointing that something that is almost guaranteed to be a success, re-releasing 2 of the most beloved Star Wars games of all time in the Battlefront collection, and somehow they managed to really just bungle it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially because like it came out 2 weeks after a remaster of another old Star Wars game that again was a lot more well done in the eyes of people that have played them.
Well, that's a shame.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, moving on. Trophy news. This is my third story. Everyone knows I love my trophy stuff. Well, in bad trophy news for fans of Final Fantasy, the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth Platinum has become temporarily unavailable for digital owners of the popular remake. So it's the second part of the Final Fantasy VII Remastered series, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Came out February 29th, came out on Leap Day, and a recent patch of the game came with a glitch that causes the in-game G-Bike arcade simulator to not record the player's score, meaning they cannot complete a side quest requiring them to get the high score in the game, meaning you cannot unlock the platinum. Yeah, that sucks. It's, a lot of times, games, not a lot of times, I feel like that makes it sound more common than it is, but it certainly is too common for games upon release to have glitched trophies. And typically those trophies are fixed in later patches, but it is definitely odd to see a patch that breaks a trophy that was working previously. And then I don't think it's been fixed as of yet, but I'm sure that they are probably going to fix it real quick because, you don't screw with people's trophies.
Yeah,
Um,
hopefully.
oh, but yes. Oh, yeah, but also players who own a physical copy of the game can work around this by playing the base version of the game without the patch installed, which once again to me proves physical game superiority over digital games because that's not something you can do digitally.
Yeah.
What do you think about this trophy news, babe?
Well, that sucks for people that want to get all the trophies
Yeah,
that bought the game
yeah.
and want to
You
get
know,
the platinum, but
yeah,
for me, it wouldn't really change that much because I'm never going to get all the trophies in a
yeah,
game
but you know,
unless
yeah, but you know,
unless it's Spyro.
yeah, we've done that twice now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, you should. Well, I mean, you've seen how I am when I can't get a trophy. How does that make you feel?
Well, that's upsetting then because you're going to be upset about it. So I feel bad for all the people that want to get, their completion people want to be able to get everything. And then it's like, what's the point of playing the whole game if, you can't get that? I
Yeah, I
mean,
get you.
if you look at it that way, like, what's the point of even starting it? I don't know.
Yeah. Uh, no,
I
that would
mean,
yeah, it certainly would put a damper on my spirits. Yeah, I do. I think it really, for me, legitimately negatively affects my experience playing a game.
yeah, like if there's just like a glitch that you can't get,
Hmm.
like,
Yep.
that's annoying.
Oh yeah.
So
Okay.
is it my next one?
Yep, it's time for your last news story, babe. We are flying through these news stories.
Okay.
Anyway, go ahead.
So, a group of indie developers have banded together to put on the Triple One initiative.
It's
This game,
triple I.
are you kidding me? Because I thought
I'm
about that. I'm like, there's no way
I'm
it's Triple I.
I'm sorry. I should have
What?
I should have wrote that better. It's triple I
Why? Oh my
because
gosh.
they're indie developers.
Oh,
Indie, yeah.
I was like,
I'm
well, that
actually gonna look
sounds
that up real quick. I don't know if that stands for anything. I think well,
I,
it probably, big game developers are called AAA studios. So like a game made by a company like EA is a AAA game because it's yeah, because those are what the
and
big studios are called. I'm wondering if they probably just called it the triple I because they're indie developers, not big AAA developers.
okay. Well, Triple I initiative. This gaming showcase promises 45 minutes of new gameplay announcements and more from several different indie developers, with over 30 studios announcing new games. The idea for the initiative came about because independent developers often struggle to find the right platform to announce their games. They felt overshadowed by bigger events like E3 or the Game Awards. So they decided to create their own showcase where indie games can be the main attraction. So I like that news.
Yeah, I absolutely love this news when I first heard about this because one, I love indie games. As our listeners know, we do an indie bit every episode. I play a bunch of indie games. I mean, I would honestly say probably I spend more time playing indie games than big budget AAA games.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
absolutely love indie games. Haley watches me play them, hates most of them.
well, I was going to say that indie games are usually a lot of my favorite ones because I'm just excited to see what they're going to be. Like, I mean, I think there's like a lot of flops that
Yeah,
I just personally don't like as much that other people probably like, but I like the creativity that people have. Like, it's just impressive that just to see what they make. And then there's a lot of like really amazing ones,
Oh
you
yeah.
know? Like it's
Oh yeah.
just very artsy. Like I like to see the art.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I love this. I love indie game. The fact that it's 30 announcements in 45 minutes. Another big thing about this was if you watch an E3 press conference or the Game Awards, there's a lot of not game announcements. There's a lot of, hey, this person, like 9-10 minutes of us talking about this one game, and a guy from the studio talks about making it and how much of an honor it is to make it and announce it with this, console developer and hey, here's this 15-minute trailer and stuff. They focus a lot on those big budget games, which makes sense. And
Yeah.
then the Game Awards, kind of the same thing. They have little weird skits they do. They have the actual award presentation. Why do people watch the Game Awards? It's for the game announcements. Like, I'm sorry, I think it is cool to honor game developers and them with awards. I think it is, you should absolutely honor their hard work. But that's at least 80% of people that watch the Game Awards, they don't care about all that. They just want to watch the trailers for the new games coming out. And again, most of those trailers are for big budget games because you have to pay to have your game shown there. Like, they might offer a few small discounted rates for small developers, but for the most part, like, you got to pay to have your game shown at one of these conventions. It's not free. They're not doing it
Yeah.
to be nice.
Yeah.
You got to pay, and small indie developers can't afford that. So yeah, like I said, I love this. It's 45 minutes of 30 different games, over 30 games, just announcing new games. Hey, here's a bunch of new games. I guess, slightly fear, at least for me, it might be a tad bit overwhelming, because I've never that's a lot of games to announce over 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I've never seen something like that with just so many games in a row like that. But I think it's cool. I think it is absolutely awesome. I love indie games. I'm excited to see, what indie developers do. So I am very excited for this one. I think it's really, really cool. I will absolutely be watching this showcase.
Yeah. That's cool.
So that's the news. I feel like Haley's news stories were a lot cooler than mine. I mean, video games in Utah, the the Battlefront collection, and the Triple I initiative. And
Yeah.
I feel like you knocked it out of the park with these news stories.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, so now we move on to our upcoming games, where typically Cam and I, when we do this, we each look up 3 games that are coming out, hopefully in the next month, and we give a little brief talk about them that we notice and think are cool. I didn't have Haley do that because since I'm forcing her to record this podcast with me, I thought the least I could do is be nice and not make her look up 3 games and research them for the sake of talking about them on this podcast. So for this one, a bit shorter, we'll just be doing 3 games that I picked, but 3 games I actually did learn a bit about this. I'll be honest, guys, we'll peel back curtains here. This talking about upcoming games thing, I've never really liked. I like talking about upcoming games, but I feel like the passion wasn't in it for me and Cam, and I didn't necessarily know how to fix it. But let me tell you, in this, I did a bit more research than normal for these games, and I think I figured it out. And I actually know a decent amount about these games, and I'm actually excited to talk about them, and Haley will simply react. So
Okay.
first up, we have got Botany Manor, developed by Balloon Studios. First off, great name for your studio. I applaud them for that one. The game releases on April 9th for everything, which really excites me because when I first looked it up, I only saw that it was coming out on Xbox and Switch, and I was really disappointed. But then a different source said it's on everything, so I'm hoping it's on everything.
Yeah.
In the game, you play at an old English manor I think it said the year was 1890.
Oh, wow.
And basically, so it's a first person. It almost seems like a walking sim at first because all you're doing is walking around this manor, which looks really cool. It's a very beautiful looking game, but it's actually a puzzle solving game that, from the trailer, which didn't have words or anything, I believe how it's going to work is you find this book with all of these rare, hard to find plants, and you in different rooms, different areas of this house, in the outside garden, greenhouse, whatever, in different rooms, you are required, I assume, to grow these different rare plants by solving puzzles, by looking them up, figuring out how they grow, the specific, very specific conditions in which these plants have to grow, and then that's what you do. You grow the plants. Um, it looks very cool. I watched the announcement trailer. I'm actually really excited for it. I'm gonna buy this game and make Cam play it so we can talk about it on the podcast. And Haley will be sitting next to me while I play it and help me solve some of the puzzles. It looks like a really cool game. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Sounds
actually wanted
cool.
to. Yeah, I actually wanted to show you the trailer, but I didn't. I guess I
Oh.
just forgot.
Oh.
Anyway, the next game, Haley, that we're going to talk about is called Grounded.
Okay.
Grounded. So,
Okay.
Grounded is the next game made by the legendary, absolutely legendary Obsidian Entertainment. So, Obsidian Entertainment, cannot say enough about them. They have made so many big games over the years. They made Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, The Sith Lords, popular game. Probably best known for, why am I blanking on that name? Fallout New Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I don't know why, but yeah, Fallout New Vegas. They made the Pillars of Eternity series, The Outer Worlds. Noah loved that one. No, I absolutely love that game. He tried to get me to play it for a long time. I refused. And their next game, Grounded, releases April 16th. That's actually my dad's birthday. Be like, happy birthday, Dad. I bought myself a game. This also releases on everything, which again was a surprise because it was initially Xbox exclusive. This is a survival game, babe. I know you might not know what survival game is. Let's say the series was started with Minecraft, and since a lot of games have been have used, like, kind of took what Minecraft did and made it their own thing. The only other survival game I've experienced with is 7 Days to Die, which is a zombie survival game. The Forest was a really popular one. I think The Forest actually just had a sequel come out not too long ago. But basically, they're games where you have to eat, you have to find food, you have to, like, kind of compare it to Minecraft. You actually have to get resources to build a base, to build whatever, get food and everything, because you do have to keep kind of eating to survive. Some require drinking as well. Depends on how in depth the game itself is. And they all have a twist, their kind of own thing they do. 7 Days to Die was a zombie game. Ark Survival Evolved is all about, like, has dinosaurs. That's their big thing. The Forest actually had, like, a kind of weird, crazy sci-fi supernatural aspect to it that I did not play The Forest, but I did actually watch a playthrough, and that one did actually have, like, a complete story and things. Whereas, 7 Days to Die, Ark Survival Evolved don't. They're just endless. And Minecraft, well, it does have, like, a final boss. Technically, it is also kind of an endless game. Grounded, here's your thing. The thing. You play as a bunch of kids that were shrunken down to mini size in a front yard, like insect size, or really even smaller than insects.
Oh.
So they must fix kind of the machine. The machine that ended up shrinking them is broken. They must fix it and get back to normal size. So I assume, based on the trailer I watched, that this game also does have a story, but it is a survival game. I had a beta that came out that people played, and I gotta tell you, well, survival games are typically not my thing. I might pick this one up because, Haley, what did I say in just the last episode that you and I recorded together?
Oh, about how you like being shrunk down and, like, exploring things.
I love being shrunk down and exploring things, and that's what this is. Dude, like, your enemies are insects. Like, the trailer showed kids going through, I assume, ant tunnels, and oh my God, it looks so cool. You're
Yeah.
shrunk down in, like, a front yard. It looks so cool.
Yeah, I'm very interested in that. It's like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, like literally out in the front yard. Like,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
where they are.
yeah, yeah,
It's
but a lot
crazy.
scarier. A lot scarier.
Is it a lot scarier in the game? Is that how it looks? I didn't
Well, I
see.
think yeah, well, it's a survival game survival aspect. So you actually are, trying not to die and stuff. That's not really something that.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I didn't know if it was just in the like, is there a supernatural element or is
No,
it just
I
like
think no, I think it's a machine shrunk them down. Yeah.
and but it's are there like are you just surviving from like the normal like other insects and things that could
Yeah. Yeah.
attack you?
Yeah.
Like okay, so it's
Yes.
not anything weird, it's just scary because it's like you're small and they're
Absolutely.
oh, okay.
Well, the trailer had spiders, babe. I got scared.
Okay. I want to see the trailer after this.
Uh,
I want to get that. It comes out soon.
yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's gonna be good.
Yeah, it'd be really cool also if we could play that together as well, because survival games are for the most part meant to. I mean, you can play them by yourself, but I feel like they are meant to get the most enjoyment out of playing them with other people. Yeah, so yeah, we'll have to definitely check that one out too as well. I'll pull up the trailer for you when we're done recording.
Yeah.
That's Grounded. Yeah, excited for that one. And then the third one is a game called Stellar Blade, developed by Shift Up. It releases April 25th for PS5 only. This is a PS5 exclusive. So it is a Japanese action adventure game in the style of say a Bayonetta or a Nier Automata, Nier Replicant, Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. Any of those I think are good examples. The one thing that I think kind of, at least to me, really kind of hooked me is it is a post-apocalyptic story. In the trailer I watched again, it was I think the story trailer. This team. You play as this girl who has, it's sci-fi based, and her team she's kind of the hero of humanity. I don't know if there's a more supernatural aspect to that, but she is sent along with this team to this ruined civilization where all the people are like asleep in these pods and basically have been asleep for a long time waiting for someone to come like wake them up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like it's a Japanese action adventure game. This is, I would say, probably the most for Jaden's type of game that I've actually never played. Like I've never played one of those Japanese action adventure games. Like I said, Bayonetta, Nier, Metal Gear, Rising, Revengeance, the Devil May Cry series. Like it looks like all of those, the gameplay wise. And it's so funny because every time I see games like that, I think, dude, that looks so cool. Like that's absolutely, like hack and slash kind of games. Like I love hack and slash games. I love action adventure, clearing out waves of enemies, in a kind of combat arena ish area. But I've never played any of those games.
That's weird.
Stellar, yeah, I know. Stellar Blade, like I said, I keep hearing about it. It's like it's one of those games recently that I cannot go on YouTube, watch a YouTube video, scroll through the internet without getting ads for Stellar Blade. And I assume it is, partially because it is the next big PlayStation 5 exclusive. But yeah, I keep seeing things about it. And, when I watched the trailer, that like post-apocalyptic story, I love those kind of post-apocalyptic sci-fi stories like Horizon
Yeah.
was a big one.
Yeah, me
I
too.
really, yeah, like I really like those types of stories, and seeing the trailer for it really just kind of like set me from not really knowing much about this game to being like, ooh, man, I don't know if that's going to be a day one, but I think it certainly is one I will pick up eventually. It really kind of piqued my interest watching that trailer.
Yeah. So all of these look like winners
Yeah, I know.
to
Yeah,
get. So
yeah.
that's
Like I
cool.
said, this is really the first time I'd actually done, because for the most part for this this section of the podcast, I typically always pick games I already know about, but it was actually interesting to pick three games because none of the games coming out this month on any calendar I could find were games I really knew. So I was like, okay, well, let me just randomly pick three games, actually look into them and see if they interest me. And I really picked three games that, like you said, they seem like a bunch of winners I'm actually excited for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Anyway. So yeah, those are the upcoming games for April. Like I said, this section was a lot of me talking and Haley reacting. It was perfect. Great reacting, babe.
Thanks.
Yes. But also, it's honestly the most excited I've been for this section in a while. I absolutely want to check out, at least Botany Manor and Grounded as soon as possible because they both really, really seem cool.
Yeah,
Anyway,
definitely.
Now we move on to the indie bit. Yeah, sorry, we're done with the news, guys. That was it. Another successful news episode. Now we move on to the indie bit, the bit where we talk about indie games.
Yay.
Today, we are talking about a short hike. So, the story of a short hike is you play as a young bird. It's one of those, anthropomorphic animal games. You play as a young bird who was dropped off at a camp that her aunt is a like park ranger at. And then she is waiting on a call from her mother, learns that there's no cell service except for the top, very top of the mountain. And so she has to climb up the mountain. And how does that work? Well, the game works a lot like it borrows, uses, steals, whatever word you want to use there. The what's the word? The stamina system from Legend of Zelda. Was it Breath of the Wild? It's not the first game I played with that system. Actually, if you any listener that might recall, several months ago, actually, it might be like a year ago now. It was a while. Noah and I played and talked about a game called Chia, which was one of my favorite games I played recently. Chia, and it had that same system, where in this game, kind of flapping your wings and climbing use stamina. In this game, stamina takes the form of golden feathers, and you use those golden feathers to both climb walls, where much like Breath of the Wild and Chia, you can literally climb any vertical surface. And then also, one thing I do like that a short hike does actually over those other two games is gliding, while a thing in all three. Gliding does not use stamina in a short hike. Because you're a bird, I assume that is their logic. You can glide without using stamina, which is nice. But if you press, the X button again, she flaps her wings. You get a bit of height, and it uses one feather's worth of stamina, and that's it. To be able to climb the mountain, you have to kind of go around the camp, talk to people, complete side quests to get more golden feathers to increase your stamina, or you can just find some just kind of randomly scattered throughout the world. And yeah, I mean that's the whole purpose of the game.
You can buy some too.
Oh, you can also buy some. That is correct. Haley, did you like a short hike?
Yeah, I thought it was like kind of nice and relaxing and just like, easy and yeah, just low stress short game. I liked the animation and I thought it was cute. So, yeah, I would say I liked it overall. Like I don't think I would play it again, but it was nice.
Gotcha. Yes. I overall would say I guess I would say I liked it. Because that's kind of the question asked here. It's as Haley said, the entire reason that we played it was it is very short. I looked up short games because, Haley doing this episode with me and wanting to have a game for the indie bit. I just looked up games we could beat, and we beat it in one sitting. It took us less than 2 hours, I think, to beat the story. One thing I do like about the game that I think works similar with in Zelda and Chia is we beat the game probably a little bit before we should have. As far as the game works, I believe that the developers probably intended us to find one or two more feathers before we could beat it, but using trickery and weird movements and like pixel perfect placement, I was able to actually complete the final climb with less feathers than I think we needed because I was kind of having trouble finding them a bit. And then let me tell you, after Haley and I beat the game, I was exploring it for like trophies and found a bunch of feathers really quickly.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, like we ended the
Oh,
game. I think we beat the game. We had 8. And probably after like another 20 minutes of playing, I was at like 14.
oh wow.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
I did find out because you did ask this question and I dismissed you about it. You could buy more, so that did help.
but from the same guy?
Yeah, from the same two guys, you could buy more.
Wow, so we
Um,
could have just gone there.
1,000,000%. Yep.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Should not have discounted your
Yeah.
opinion there.
See?
My bad.
I had a good
Um,
idea.
you did.
A
I
great
I will
idea.
I will fully accept fault. I should have I should have tried it.
Like we were
Um,
looking around for a while for one.
we were, yeah, yeah. I mean, we absolutely could have beaten that game. I think it technically took us like an hour and 45 minutes to beat it. We could have done it in at least an hour, like probably at least 15 to 20 less minutes if we had just gone back and bought more feathers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Anyway, so yeah, the actual just beating the story part, I did like. I did want to go around because it is so short, and I was thought, hey, let me get all the trophies because it's got a lot of gold trophies and stuff. And after like maybe another 45 minutes playing, I just thought, yeah, I don't think I enjoy this game enough to get the platinum because one, you have to get every single feather, including silver feathers. Haley, did you know those existed? Because we never found one.
Oh no, what does that do?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. I looked it up. They make your they don't add to your feather total, but they make your usage of stamina more efficient, so you use them up slower.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So you didn't get
but
any of them?
the trophies are silver feathers.
The silver feathers.
No, I don't think I even found one when I was playing on my own.
Oh.
Unless I somehow picked them up without noticing, but the gold feathers are pretty easy to notice. I assume silver feathers look the same, just silver. But yeah, two things that really kill it for me if we're talking if it's a game you want to get for an easy platinum is one, you have to fish. You have to catch every single type of fish. And guess what? It's RNG. It's random. Um,
Oh.
there are different types of water, like different types of, pools, lakes, rivers, whatever, where you can find different fish. And then, but also there is an element of, hey, this fish is common, this fish is rare, whatever. And while fishing itself, catching a single fish does not take a long time. Getting the fish you need, like I fished for, I think at one point, 20 minutes and only caught one type of fish the entire time in a place where, according to an online guide I looked up, it was recommended, hey, this is the best place, the easiest place that the person who wrote the guide, um, found this super rare fish. Like 20 minutes fishing, I only caught the same type of fish every single time, and it was one of the super common ones.
Oh.
Um, and I don't like that. I don't like those trophies. And then also, you have to find every single feather. There is no in-game map. When you are playing the game, you can't look at a map. I don't like that either. Chia actually did kind of the same thing where you couldn't actually see yourself on the map, even though a map did exist. I didn't like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't like that. I want to be able to pull up a map, see where I am, so I can be like, okay, this is where I am. This is where I'm trying to go. I can get there. The map is not big in a short hike, but it's still annoying enough where there were times where, because I did get a couple trophies and I was exploring where I'm like, okay, I want to find this thing. And like, we legitimately felt like I was running around in circles because I could not find the thing I was looking for. And I had no way to really tell exactly where it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so also because of that, the easiest way to find the feathers if you're using, say, a guide would be to use a video guide, and I don't particularly like video guides. So yeah, uh, the perfectionist in me, knowing that even with those issues, getting the platinum in this game would probably take me at most, if I really kind of sat down and decided I was going to do it, maybe 2 hours.
Yeah.
Um, Maybe I'll go back and just kind of suck it up and do it because also like all the trophies I need or that I don't have unlocked are gold, and I do love me some gold trophies. Like maybe I'll do it, but it's not just in terms of the game itself. Completing it, just getting to the end of the game was fine, but completing it in terms of trophies is not great, and that's my opinion on a short hike.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I'm just saying that I just like the overall feel of it.
I mean, I'm saying if you want I will actually agree with Haley. It is a very nice looking game. It is absolutely chill. The music is chill. The feeling is chill. If you are looking for a game that you can beat in one sitting and that you can just enjoy, have an easy basically punishment free time, I absolutely would recommend it.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, and that is another successful indie bit. We've done it once again. Go us, we're the best.
Yep.
Won't tell you what the next indie bit game is because Cam should be back. I don't know exactly how we're kind of do that, but we'll see. Anyway, guys, don't forget new episodes every other Monday. Rate and subscribe. Tell us if you like our show or tell us if you don't, and tell us why. Tell your friends and enemies about the podcast. And you can follow our Instagram, the Super Gamer Bros, for updates on episodes. And subscribe to Noah's YouTube channel, Noah the Super Gamer Bro, where he still uploads videos every single day. Right now, he's playing through Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, and I assume memory of Akira Toriyama's passing. That really sucks. Yeah, so go check that one out. That's a great game, absolutely. Anyway, guys, thanks for listening, and we will see you guys next game.
Bye. Well, you probably won't see me.
Yeah,
But
you'll see me at least. Bye, guys.
you won't see me. Bye. It's been nice.
Oh, wasn't expecting that.
Well, I'm just saying bye to everybody.
Okay,
And
no, that's fine.
it's been nice hanging out with you guys here. Sorry that you had to listen to me instead of
Oh,
Cam.
no, they love you.
I mean, you probably don't know what they think, really.
Oh, that's incredibly mean to say to me. End the episode.
Well, no, I'm just saying that, you'll get Cam back and he's very energetic and
He is an energetic guy.
knowledgeable
Yeah.
about all the games and stuff. But
Okay. Well, yeah. Okay. Bye, everybody.
bye.